Hi guys, welcome to the week 12 video lesson for group piano 4. We're going to go ahead and get started by looking at our unit 23 for this week. As usual, your full technique routine, which this week is in the key of E flat, is attached in a separate video. So for this week, this is a little bit of a shorter unit. So on page 294, we're just quickly reviewing the chord progressions that use the different types of sixth chords. So here we have number 1, which has the German sixth chord. So we've got the augmented sixth chord, 1, 6, 4, 5, 1. And then we can see that it does basically the exact same thing when we change that to an Italian sixth chord. Italian, 1, 5, 7, 1. And then basically the same thing with the French. The French sounds a little bit weirder though. 5, 7, 1. And then also the Neapolitan 6 here. So if you go through and you play those in the keys that they suggest here along the side, that is definitely really helpful for reinforcing. It's also just great for your theory classes if you are, have ever struggled to find the augmented sixth chord, Neapolitan chord in keys. Being able to play it on the piano is a, really great way to practice and make sure that you know that. So we have technique exercise. This is Hanon number 7. So, like we've talked about before, these are really great exercises for building facility at the keys. And these are really good for practicing in a variety of keys as well. So you can play this in C. And then you could go ahead and do the whole thing, the exercise again in G. Familiarize yourself with the different keys that you might want to try this in. And again, really great exercise for practicing curved fingers and to also just play. There's no music, it's not a very musical exercise, and so it's a great time to just literally focus on your technique, focus on how it feels to move your wrists and fingers in a particular way. So this would be a great exercise to try through. There's the descending version is on page 297. So then we have our little solo repertoire here. Prelude in G minor. And if we look at this one, the left hand begins with a couple of very, very standard patterns here. We have a G minor 5-finger pattern, and then like a G arpeggio. Then we do a D major 5-finger pattern, an arpeggio, G minor, C minor. And then we just go, normal stuff there. And then we have some chromatic scales. So starting in the right hand. So just something, again, if you practice those 5-finger scales and arpeggio patterns and then your chromatic scale, that's basically this entire song. So pretty straightforward. So here we go from the very beginning. Curved fingers throughout this one too. I actually think that that's a great solo rep choice. It's simple, really, in nature, but it's pretty fun. So then we have, that would be one of your choices for the final exam, and then we have one of 2 reading exercises, and this would be your assignment for this week, so you'll choose one of these 2, and I'll just play through both of them for you. This first one, Allegro, the rhythm is just a little bit weird, so do make sure that you kind of count your way into this one. It's actually pretty bizarre. Wait, there's a B flat. Okay, let me forget about that. 1, 2. doesn't sound weird. I feel like it looks weird. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. I think it looks a little bit weird. And then here is Echo Side by Hummel. This is number 2. This would be one that you could choose. Pretty straightforward. Now we have 2 harmonizations, so I'm going to demonstrate Charly Is My Darling, and we'll just go through the steps that we've been going through on the other ones. I'll go through the chords first, and then go through the melody, and then we'll go through the transposition. So here are the chords in the original key. We've got a C minor, then we go to F minor over C, C minor. Now we're going to jump down to C minor over G, so second inversion. Now a G7 chord, C minor. Now we go to G7 over B, C minor, G7 over B, C minor, A flat, E flat, F minor, C minor, G7 over B, and then we go back to the beginning and we do the da capo. And then if you need to, go ahead and practice it with just the right hand melody. I'll go ahead and play both together, but definitely pause and practice just the right hand alone if you need to. Through the chords in B minor. So the first chord that we're going to have will be our B minor chord. Now it's going to be an E minor over B, B minor. Now it's going to be a B minor over F sharp. Now F sharp 7, back to B minor. Now it's going to be a F sharp over an F sharp over A sharp. Yes, an F sharp over A sharp. F sharp 7, back to B. F sharp 7, back to B. Now we're going to be going down to our, this would be an A minor, no, an A major. You know what, literally, I'm going to end my whole